And so our youth programs are extended learning programs. And when we say extended learning programs, we're talking about programs that operate outside of the school day. They're usually after school camp, TMT. We've held club TMT after school. I did that when my son was in elementary school. I did it at Lacey Elementary with Project Communications. We were an after school program. We made books and we allowed the Black students to be able to use the mass communication products in the library that they came up because that they came up with and had a, you know, how most schools are connected to morning announcements. Well, at Lacey, the morning announcements was done from the library closet. The kids actually gave a report to the school. Every classroom had a television, was wired to the school's computer. And so TMT went into Lacey Elementary, did a club TMT after school, and we allowed the Black students that were part of the Y Learning program to be able to contribute videos to that production. Camp TMT is an extended learning program. It's also part of the communications program that we engage kids in the summertime. We did this for 3 years at Hayti when we first started in Durham, the Hayti Heritage Center. That's where I actually met Muna. And so we engaged kids from June up into August, about 8-week camp, Monday through Friday, and we gave them history lessons we gave them history lessons, history of Hayti, African-American history, starting with African history and African-American history, starting with Mansa Musa in Africa. And then what we did was, once we taught the kids that program, we had them create programs from it. The reason that this is important, especially for you, Gordon, the position that you're going to be sitting in is a volunteer position. So you'll be able to explain this to different people. So this training is specifically important for you because the role that you'll be serving in, we're going to start to onboard people through videos. And so as we work you through your position, Gordon, I think that your voice and your presence of an African-American male is really, really great to be able to have in a space of online training. So this kind of stuff is going to be stuff that you will be explaining in person. And we also want to get you on video doing this series so that in the future, we can acclimate board members with online training. So the Saturday Academy is Saturday, engaging kids on Saturday, and usually between hours of 8 to 5. Again, extended learning, we are engaging them outside of the classroom. And this should be not roving reporters, but this should actually be contract teacher. The TMT Youth Community Foundation also goes inside of schools, charter schools, to be able to provide our curriculum to children in grades K through 12. We did that. All of these programs we've actually done before. I think it's called the TMT contract teacher was actually done at Spark Academy. And that's how I met Ms. Hunter when we actually sold the TMT Youth Community Foundation to Spark Academy and was there as a teacher inside the classroom for 6th and 7th graders. And so that is how our youth programs are around, because we really want to combat the school to prison pipeline. And when we talk about the school to prison pipeline, we usually are really speaking about children being pushed out of school towards the criminal justice system when they receive infractions in schools. And usually what happens is it disrupts their learning and they become dropout students. And are no longer employable for the jobs in this area. And so that is why the TMT Youth Community Foundation, that was originally why we existed. And then when we got into it, our goal was from the beginning to be able, and that's why it has taken us so long to build, is I never wanted the organization to be able to be dependent upon grant funds. We've always wanted the organization to be dependent upon a service that is providing to the community. So therefore, if we were cut off from grants, we still have a value proposition inside of the community that could sustain the organization. And so that is one of the reasons that it's taken us so long to build, because for a long time, people were talking about kids, running my business, doing social media marketing. It wasn't until post-COVID that people really understood that marketing was decentralized and no longer coming from large advertising agencies like Cats Radio and all the agencies that usually handle advertising. Now, because of digital marketing, digital screens, because of geofencing, and because of technology, you no longer have to spend $25,000 as a business to be able to attract people to your business. Now with Facebook ads, now with Google ads, now with geofencing, you can do a whole lot more with the budget of $2,000 to $3,000 for a small business than you ever could before. It used to be that $2,000 to $3,000 got you one page ad in the newspaper for one day, or it used to get you maybe a couple of spots on the radio in drive time, but not enough to really convince a market that you were in the marketplace. And so with that, this emergence happening in the field, we are now able to offer our services to small businesses as a small marketing agency. As we're training the kids, we're able to provide print collateral, we're able to provide social media, we're able to provide web development, we're able to provide event marketing. We're able to provide online courses for businesses. And here are some of our prices. Ms. Hunter, she's actually taking the program. I think the one website scroller, I made that up specifically for Ms. Hunter. I think I've sold it 3 times since I made it up for her. And so $75 is now something that's doable, that a business can afford. It keeps me running like I don't know what, but it is definitely a big value for the businesses that we have at the table. Some of the other packages, we have education sponsor. We have content creators where we're creating content for businesses so that they can have a social media calendar and a social media campaign that highlights their business. We can do content distribution where we actually are sending out that content to seven platforms, which include YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of the ones that, most people use. We have a project management where we actually can come in and manage a project for a business, and live stream where we can actually come out and live stream a production or an event. So these are the services that we offer, that we have. Our goal is to be able to have $80,000 that comes in independently from small businesses and our own efforts not before we start to write grants. We're about to start to write grants now, but we feel like having a fourth of our operating budget each year, at least a fourth of our operating budget each year, as the goal. The goal for the TMT Youth Community Foundation is to have a $250,000 operating budget, which would be employing myself and 5 other members, all operating under a production, events management, curriculum development person. Let's go to the TMT Mentees. You can see it there. So the TMT Mentee program is another program that we have. It is a program that actually trains college students as part of TMT Project Communications. It is extended learning. It has production interns. It has events management interns. It has curriculum and training interns, marketing interns. So these are the 4 areas in which we want to employ our team. We want to hire these 4 positions and be able to run a full year of TMT, where we actually can run the youth programs as well as meet the needs of the businesses. Are there any questions on kind of what we do as an organization?
Oh, I love every bit of it. That's what got me attracted to this.
And our goal is to be able to put chapters in each city, in each cities where there are high populations of African American people. So we're looking at the southern states and pockets, Chicago, Illinois, St. Louis, Los Angeles, Cleveland. And so I've got to do a better job of defining where those things go. But my goal right now is to be able to put people in position and be able to have, this is the Healthy Communities, a collective impact. And so I really applaud you guys for being at the table and assisting us with our endeavors. So this year we are looking to launch a campaign that came out of the Juneteenth last year. The Sustainer program is a program that we are asking people who are interested in our cause to be able to donate on a monthly basis, anything from $1 to $1,000. And so this campaign is going to roll out. Mrs. Hunter's son is a part of the TMT apprenticeship program. I'll get to that program in a minute because I forgot to tell you about that program. But it's basically the same program as the mentees, except for the apprentices. They pay $100 a month to be a part of the TMT Youth Community Foundation, and their training lasts longer than 6 months. Their training lasts, and then they're not receiving a grade for their training. They are really the space that I'm really grooming who I would like to hire in the TMT apprenticeship program, because these kids are with me longer and they begin to really understand our standard operating procedures. We asked that all board members, so the Sustainer program kind of lets everyone know about our youth programs. It lets them know about our school to prison pipeline, and then it asks how they would like to contribute. Oops, lost my page. It asks how they would like to contribute on a monthly basis. And so we are heavily starting to, this year, we will be pushing the Sustainer program, and the Juneteenth event is going to be a event that actually highlights that this Sustainer program exists. So I want to make sure that you guys, if you guys are taking note, make a big asterisk next to one of the goals of the event is to drive Sustainer. And so I'm working with the TMT apprentices right now to see what is the goal for that. Again, this Sustainer program and what we take in from the TMT Community Network partners, we want it to total $80,000 on an annual basis. And so the Juneteenth event is an event to drive Sustainers. Okay, so that's the purpose of the Juneteenth event, to highlight Juneteenth, to highlight our history, but we're looking for Sustainers with this program. So what does that mean? That means that we want to have QR codes around the event, and we want to be able to have people know that they can become a Sustainer. We want the jazz breaks to be like, hey, become a Sustainer. We want the TMT mentees and apprentices in the audience asking people to be a Sustainer. We want anything that Akila does with buttons to be like QR codes with Sustainer, become a Sustainer today. We want anyone who's in a point of contact to be able to say, hey, did you know we had a Sustainer program? So we really, really want to push the Sustainer program, because it's nothing better than to hear my phone go off and see that monthly contribution coming in each month. It just puts everything at ease, and I'm less stressed when I'm working with the kids. Because we went from we have Sustainers coming in each month. It makes life better, and we can get into the office space. $80,000 Sustainer. We're looking at actually hiring some of the youth that we have in place. I'm trying to get them trained with our standard operating procedures, and also getting us into an office space. So that's what the $80,000 will be utilized for. I'll put that in a budget where you guys can clearly see it, so we can all be on one accord. Are there any questions so far?
No.
Okay. The mission of our organization, our mission is to employ underprivileged youth and to develop a new innovative educational system that delivers economic opportunity to impoverished communities. Ms. Hunter, can you tell me what you think that means?
It means getting them, like you said, if they're impoverished, like getting them back on course, you know, providing the things that they need, like if they need to go back to their GED, you know, that we work with that. Get them retrained like apprentices, find them viable, you know, not just, you know, employment, but make sure that they have something, some kind of skill.
Right. I just recently had a student that took the mentee program with me, and she came back and she said, Ms. Tamisha, everything that I use, I'm using the skills that you taught me. Shaw didn't teach me anything. Oh, I got that on film. I don't want to say that. Okay. She just said, my school didn't teach me, you know, and so I gave her, so right now I'm writing a curriculum about the social media marketing manager training. And that training, I think is we have it priced at $275. And so right now I'm working with a client that got me to customize the training. And so I'm sending her through the training because I'm not going to sit down and hold her hand through this like I'm doing with the client. I will meet with her weekly like I do meet with the client, but I want her to go through the course and have her self-guide, and then I want her to come back and tell me does it make sense. And I told her that after she finishes this course, which she will actually be working on the course, and she's going to be the person that's going to assist me with the marketing strategy for this Juneteenth. So her name is Winter Harrison. So all the work that has to be done for this campaign is not going to just be done by me, nor will it be done by the apprentices. We have a returning mentee that's coming back to assist us with all the tools that we need to make a marketing strategy out of this event. And she was like, I told her I wanted to put her on something that I felt would give her marketable job skills. And I told her that right now, social media marketing is way hotter than it's ever been. And she was like, oh, I know. And I said, you know, the new social media marketing manager positions, they will test you while you're applying to a job. She was like, I know. I said, how do you know? She said, because I've been trying to get those jobs. And I know based upon how I did, they gave me my score and I didn't do well. So that's why I'm coming back to you. So that's what we do. Our goal is to give them the skills that they need to be able to be successful, for them to walk through, for them to be able to write a blog post, for them to be able to understand how to do analytics, for them to understand how to put tracking codes on the videos that they are creating, for them to understand how to utilize video, for them to understand how to be able to communicate a message and be able to provide a value for a company. That is our mission. Our vision is to create a global social entrepreneurial network that drives systems of economic opportunity, transforming impoverished communities into healthy communities. Can you tell me, Gordon, what you think that means?
That means to me, it means helping our kids that doesn't have the advantage of some of our other neighbors and bringing them to the point where they can be, you know, just as achievable and, you know, keep up with everyone else, if not better.
That's right. And we want to do this globally. So I feel like what we're doing here is just going to be a beta site for what we are looking to do, because of the internet and how you can do self-learning. Once this information is put into our systems, it just allows us to be able for the information to be self-guided. And so that's kind of how that goes. So the board application, I think everybody signed the board application. Ms. Hunter, did you get the board application? Did I?
Yeah, already got one.
You did that? Okay. So the board application, that's how people actually sign up. I'm on the About Us page. Volunteers, here's the volunteer. Gordon, this is going to be big for you. If you go to the About Us and come down to volunteers, if people want to volunteer, this is how they do so. If they want to join the board, they come here, board application. Programs, we talked about Camp TMT chapters. So how we want to spread is through TMT chapters. I kind of see this as HBCU, but when Muna came to the table, I kind of saw this also as a community house of sorts. So I think Muna is great because not only is she a fundraising goddess and a huge support for me, and just emotionally, I can just dump anything on her and she'll just, you know, straighten me out and say, Tamisha, get back in the game and let's keep moving. I also see being able to spread through chapters and seeing a space like what Muna has as a community house, especially in areas that are economically deprived. We want to be able to give people in the community tools that they need to be able to teach kids in their community when they come home from school. So there's an extra push for those kids that may not have access to a robotics camp. Or being able to even access that type of after school programming. And that's one of the newest things that we've got here. We've actually just recently almost inherited a robotics club that'll probably become part of our programming this year. And so this is the kind of stuff. And so if you come to this page, it gives you a chapter startup kit. It tells people how to actually start a chapter in their community. But we're not gonna worry about that right now until we get this formula tied up and we really understand how it best works in this market. The TMT apprenticeship program, hold on one second, guys, it's my son. Hello?
Hey, tomorrow I have a mandatory staff meeting.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that when you come home. I'm in a meeting right now. Okay.
Did you cook?
I did lasagna. Okay. Okay, so the TMT Apprentice Program, Ms. Hunter, her son is in that. This is an industry standard workforce pipeline. It's really the same curriculum that Project Communications is taught through ages from 8 to 25. So it's the same curriculum that the kids are receiving, but the apprentices stay with me longer, so they're able to master more skill sets. And so the program is set up for them to be able to learn Adobe Creative Cloud, for them to become a digital marketer, for them to become a professional copywriter, and for them to be able to live stream. The apprentices that we just had come through the program, they just went through 3 months of live streaming. Now what they're doing is Elon is going to be working on copywriting skills, and Paul will be actually working on the Adobe Creative Cloud because he came in. Ms. Hunter has raised 13 children. She mastered it. She's the master mom over there. And so Paul is an amazing young talent that came in understanding these things. And so now he will be helping us push out, Elon will be helping us push out that sustainer program, because when we go and we ask people for money, we want to make sure that they're also getting newsletters to get an update of what we're doing within the organization. And that's what the apprentices are doing and will be doing this year in the help of in helping us bring more to the sustainer program. Okay, so this is just the events. This is our website. You may want to come here, look at it, understand it, because when we go into an event, you really kind of have to know as a board member kind of how to talk to people about the TMT Youth Community Foundation and really tell them about it. One more thing is that we ask all board members to be able to contribute to the TMT Youth Community Foundation, either use of our product or a minimum donation of $20 per month. So this is the board contribution page. And so we have option 1, $20 monthly, $225 an annual gift, or optional, you can actually come in and utilize our services to grow your business. So every board member, we want them to be able to be utilizing our service, because we want you as a board member, we want you to help us be financially solvent within the community and be able to help us get to that $250,000 operating budget that really would allow us to be able to spread to other communities. So this is the page that that you need to come to. And so it is a PayPal subscription. If you do the minimum payment of $20 a month, is right here. And so for you to check this page out, and this was makes you the official board member. When I see that payment coming in each month, I'm like, oh yes, go on board. They are amazing people, or take a service from us if you have a business. So that's about the TMT Youth Community Foundation. Let me show you how we are conducting business as far as our system is concerned. So when we look at scaling, we're looking at being able to have a recipe for what we do, right? Because if we in the kitchen and we're not making the same, and Miss Fran know this, if the cake don't taste the same every time, then we're not setting ourselves up for success. We want to be able to make sure we have the recipe. We want to be able to make sure that we know what we're doing. We want to be able to make sure we know what board member has what tool, what apprentice has what tool, and every job title that we have within the organization is responsible for helping us move forward. And this is the system. What you're doing, how you're doing it, and how well you're doing it. And so it's Zoho. And so I'm going to sign each one of you guys up to Zoho right now and give you access to the system. Okay. Let's see. Miss Hunter, Franceston, R-A-N. Hold on. I ain't gonna make you.
F-T-A-N.
F-R-I-N-S.
F-R-A-N-C as in cat, E-S-T-A-N. Like Francis Stan.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Was it some numbers, Miss Hunter, or is it at Gmail? Is there some numbers there? Franstan Hunter.
Are you looking for my email? My email? Are you talking about email?
Uh-huh. Yes,
okay, yeah, 1959.
1959 at Gmail.
At Hotmail.
At Hotmail.
At hotmail.com.
Okay, and hold on, let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna send over the invites, and you guys should get those on your email. You just go ahead and accept them so I can walk you through the system. And after we walk through the system, this is how I will communicate with you. So training tonight, which is about who we are and what you will be doing and where you're going to find the information. And then we'll go back to
So we gotta go ahead and put our name and all that stuff in.
Go ahead, put your name, and then it's going to ask for you to do a password. So whatever password you select, I won't be able to see it. So use something that you. Did you get yours, Gordon?
I'm still waiting.
Okay, let me see. Did I do that right? Gordon Huggins 7 at Gmail.
@gmail.com. Yes, ma'am.
.com. I'm gonna hit the re-invite button.
Yeah, because I haven't got a notification yet.
Okay. Look at your spam too.
All right. There it is.
Yeah, okay. Spam. And I like the system a whole lot more because you don't have to, nothing gets lost in email and you don't have to worry about it. And everything is all in one space.
It said I'm already part of it. They told me I can ignore the invite.
It tells you you're a part of it.
It says you are already a part of the organization. Too much cheating.
Okay.
You can ignore the invite.
Let's see. Let's do a refresh. There you go. Okay. So there you go, Ms. Hunter. You're here. So we're going to add you to the board. And then we're going to add to board. And so now you will be able to come in and see. So now you should be able to log into the organization. And when you log into the organization, if you come over to task, and you're not going to see everything that's listed here because I give permissions based upon where you are within the organization. So when you come in here, it doesn't overwhelm you. You should be able to see board, and you should be able to see these positions. Are you able to see that, Ms. Hunter?
I'm trying to say I've got a new message. You sent it by email, right?
I sent it. Well, now you can come into Zoho Connect and you log in. So you see how it says up here, connect.zoho.com.
Okay, what? So just press that link.
What did you say, Ms. Hunter?
You said just press the link. It just keeps saying invalid organization request. You're already part of it.
Okay, so go to Zoho Connect. So are you on your phone?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you may want to download the Zoho Connect app.
Okay.
Because if you go ahead and download the Zoho Connect app, then you're always there. How you coming, Gordon?
So that's ZOHO.
ZOHO. Connect.
Connect. It's taking forever.
That's okay. Okay. Okay, so you're in board.
Oh yeah,
Okay, okay.
I'm just clicking around.
Okay, so hold on, let me see. So let me give you access. Let me give you access. Let's see, hold on. Okay, so here you go. So I'm gonna give you access to the board, Okay. And so, and where, how you coming, Miss Hunter?
It's only 23% of 40.2032. It's taking its time.
Okay, so what I'm just gonna move forward and then and we can play catch up later. When you see me, if you can't get in, then the next time I see you, then we'll walk through it. But I just want to kind of show you guys
Okay.
what some of the how we're going to be building the board and what your positions are and where it's listed. So Gordon, did you have access to what you see on my screen here? Where it says meeting agenda, chairman, treasurer, co-chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
So just so you guys know, how we're building our board is I did receive some training from the Red Cross on how to build successful boards. And we're actually using that, that SOP, that framework to build out our board. So we're actually looking to, let's look at this. Individual performance evaluation. So at the beginning of the year, we let our board members know this is what the United Way, this is how they train the organizations that are part of them. The individual board member performance matrix, they basically say that they score each board member based upon several criteria: attendance, committee participation, contribution, support generation, advocacy, understanding, participation, skills, name, leadership, commitment, and demeanor. And so it actually gives a point system based upon whether or not you are attending meetings. If you attend 24% of the meetings, your score is 0. Up until 100% of the meetings, you get 20 points for that. And it comes over and it says, okay, how does this board member attend meetings? Then committee participation is our board members on committees. The personal contribution metric, whether or not they personally contribute less than $25, 0, 25 to 99, 5, 100 to 99. And if you notice, the $20 that we're asking for each month falls into that sweet spot of the $100 to the $1,000, because the $20 a month for 12 months is what, 200 and some odd dollars. So you kind of see over the $100, not quite 1,000, but we kind of ask that each board member kind of fall at a 10 on that at least, to be a part of the board. Support generation, that we it looks at how much support you're generating for the organization. Advocacy, so that's one of the reasons I trained you guys on or gave you the information coming through the door of who we are as far as programs, what our mission is, what our vision is, so that you understand kind of what that looks like from the organization perspective. So this kind of just gives you how we're looking at board member performance and whether or not we feel like the board is doing an effective job within the organization. We're using this metrics as a guide for that. And so that could actually be found. I think I just got that from the co-chairman she'd be responsible for evaluating board members at the end of the year. And as well, under each one of these team roles, you'll find a job description of exactly what that person is responsible for. So Gordon, I think that you make an excellent volunteer coordinator. I just feel like you just would help us pull together volunteers very well. If they came through and they met you as a first point of contact, I think it just serves organization well. And you're a man, and you're the only man on the board right now that we have.
For right now.
Right. So, because we do want to recruit more members. So under the volunteer committee, you'll see that you have tools. And so you have the volunteer sign up form. So if you come here and you click on this, I don't know why it takes you directly to that volunteer sheet on the website.
Beautiful.
So what I'm asking is that anything that you feel like I haven't put here yet, because we had a volunteer coordinator a long time ago, but then somebody just came in, dismantled our board. And so we never even got this far with our volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
We also have a volunteer handbook. All the volunteers to be able to have this, including board members. And so I don't think that any of the board members know that this exists. So in the next meeting, I would like for you to get on the board agenda to walk everyone through this. Okay, so that will be at the next board meeting. That will be part your role. We have a media release form. Everybody who comes to anything that we do has to sign a media release. So if we're at an event, when they come to the front door, we check them in and then they sign a media release, because we always have our cameras. All the board members need to have a media release. Anybody is coming in any kind of way, the first thing that they've got to do when they come see you is to sign the media release, and they have to know about TMT Project Communications. And usually we always have cameras in whatever we do.
Okay.
So they need to know that. Skills and interest survey. So this is our Survey Monkey. It asks, it surveys, gives information. It asks what makes our mission meaningful for you. What are some of your prior board leadership experience? What skills, connection, resources, and expertise do you have to offer and are willing to use on behalf of the organization? Do you have personal aspirations that could be enhanced by our board service? How much time a month can you commit to meeting and serving the mission? What are your expectations from the management of the nonprofits where you served as a board member? Are you willing to make a financial commitment? Is that a stretch? What committees or positions are you interested in serving in? So that is another tool. I think that when they sign up to be a board member, that automatically comes back as automation. So, but a lot of people don't survey that, but I will give you access to that so you can make sure that everybody has that skill set, and we can get you into Survey Monkey so that you can know and you can have access to that as a tool. So when they come through, they've got to get a media release form, and they've got to get a skills interest survey so we can take an inventory of the skills we have at the table and kind of what people want to do.
Okay.
Board member orientation. So that's kind of, I kind of really want you to kind of own this process, because we actually, and I'll take you through Learn Worlds, because everything that we do, if we're going to create chapters, then I also want the orientation to be a training online. And so that orientation could be, hey, sign your media release. Hey, here's your volunteer handbook. And so it could actually be you telling people what's in the volunteer handbook and them seeing you as part of that. So I want to get all of that as part of our system that we're using, because when someone takes our system, all they're doing is going to take our course. Background checks, we've never used background checks in the past, but I think as we grow, it's just wise to be able to do that. And so Sterling Volunteers is a place that I think we can log in. You can check it out. And I would like for you to survey Sterling Volunteers and tell us what we need to be able to use background, to go through background checks with this organization, because as we grow and the budget grows, we definitely need to make sure that if people are working with our kids and working with kids, that we're doing some type of background check, so that if they want to come in and volunteer and they're working with the kids, they either pay for that background check or, you know, whatever. But the Sterling Volunteers, I'd like for you to check that website out and then come back and give us a report on what's needed for us to be able to be able to list with. So we've done our due diligence with making sure it's safe. Volunteer agreement. Here is a volunteer agreement. It is a simple volunteer agreement. We need to be able to have a volunteer agreement for the TMT Youth Community Foundation that that people are signing off on, so that they understand, so that we're not overworking people, because there are some type of legal rights on how you can work volunteers. And so here's a simple volunteer agreement. Another part of your of what we're looking for with your position is to be able to have that document read as if it's a TMT Youth Community Foundation, read over it and create us a volunteer agreement document that we can make part of our orientation.
Okay.
Let's see. And I think so this would actually, having these things this year would be helpful for going into Juneteenth, so that when we have the volunteer meeting, the way we did last year, we did it the night before, or like a couple of days before Juneteenth, then you would actually be conducting that meeting. All of these things right here, you would either have electronically or as a paper style, and I prefer electronic. Going through the volunteer handbook with them, making sure they sign the media release, looking for possible new board members, here's the link tree. So what we do is, when I am with the apprentices out in the field, here it is. You can actually take this link, and this is a quickie to those things. Here's a quick link to the media release form. Here's a quick links to liking us on our social media channels. Here's a quick link to the TMT Sustainer Program. And anything that you think needs to go on a quick link, usually when we're out in the field, we keep this link somewhere close to us so that we can put that in front of someone and say, here you go, want to become a sustainer? There you go. And so part of the training that I would like to see happen this year for the Juneteenth event is to be able to have people in spaces where we are looking for sustainers, we're making sure we got media releases, and whatever else you feel needs to happen from the perspective to drive your numbers, from the volunteers' perspective, whatever you feel like is there, we would add it to the quick link, so that when we're out in the field, people can put this on their cell phone and they have a quick access to everything that we need to push the organization forward. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so that is these are your tools that now you have access to. Ms. Hunter, I am as I plan for TMT, I just put stuff in here. So you are a career development coach, and so I've got some tools for you for students as they come in, so that you can start to assess them. And so I think that's really great. I think Elon, what she did was she gave us a plan for success. And I think that what we probably need to do is, just like Gordon has everything electronic, when a new student comes in, having to get on track, we want to be able to give some assessments. We want to be able to get their plan, and we want to be able to maybe check in with them weekly to be able to make sure that they're on their plan and that they're moving towards there's some accountability towards them
Right.
moving towards what they say that they're going to do.
Right. And what is that? What is that called? The what? What am I?
It's
What is
career
it?
development.
Career development. Okay.
And so you actually have a team roles test, you have a Holland, and I would like for you to go through and take these tests so that you can kind of see what they do, because I think that the Holland Coast career test tells a student what their career interests are. So then that way we can see exactly what's going on. But right now, these are things that are segmented. And I went through and took the Holland Codes career test, and it gave me a number. And then that number matched me up with a career. So I want you to go through the test, and then I want you to tell me how it navigates. And then what I can do is I can put this all on a one pager so that when the students come in, this is a part of their assessment. And it's also,
okay, they have to take the test. So you want me to take the test first?
I want you to take the test first so that you can tell me how you navigated through that so that we can work that system together, and we'll put it all in the learning management system. So this is the back end for us. The front end office is Learn Worlds. So I want you to go through and take all the tests. And I got another meeting at 7 o'clock, so I'll make sure I'm gonna get you guys out of here in an hour. I want to show you, so you both have now your roles. And if they don't have a job description, I don't think the career development has a job description yet. Ms. Hunter, I'll come back and put a job description there for you. And I think the volunteer coordinator has a job description, but not as a chairperson. You've got a lot of tools if you're holding meetings, Gordon, that gives you like your agenda, attendance, that kind of stuff. But I'll come back and add a job description for you too. Okay. Now you guys are both on the committee for the Juneteenth, and so that's under Muna's chairperson. So everything that we're doing for Juneteenth is going to be right here under fundraising chairperson Juneteenth.
Okay.
So even though you have your own roles, everything that we're doing right now is Juneteenth, and I actually have like I said, a mentee that's going to come back to assist me so that when you guys go into those meetings and you tell me what you need, whatever it is you need or whatever it is you've been collecting is going to come here, and you can come here and check out these links. I would suggest you come and check out these links before our next meeting so that you can know and see what last year event consisted of. This first event, this first link right here gives you all the information. It gives you the sponsorship package that we had last year. So you can kind of see it, because as committee members, you may want to change it from last year to this year. It also gives you the numbers, how we ended up last year as far as the numbers are concerned, with the money that was spent and the money that was that we raised, and how we sold tickets, so that it's not segmented in Eventbrite. It shows you the number of vendors we had, sponsorships, where they came from, the donations we had, the food truck, the fact that Mordecai Beverage gave us, wasn't 100, I think it was $125, and what we raised last year with the event. It also shows you just a bunch of stuff in the drive. It shows you the link to the concert, kind of shows you the kids actually did a live stream, and shows you the tickets. So you guys want to come through here and check out Juneteenth and the photos that came out of it, what it looked like. And so it gives you
all this is in Zoho? All this is in Zoho?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that,
well, I finally downloaded it.
You got it?
Yeah, finally opened it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this is really good. And so this is, I want you to, I mean, especially for you, this is I think somebody said, oh, she gonna clean up with them cakes. I think Luna said that. So this is not just about, it's about collective impact. So it's not just about the TMT Youth Community Foundation. I'm there with the cameras. I'm there with recording. I'm there to tell a story. But the businesses should be there to find new customers. And we're looking for new customers as far as new board members, new sustainers, people that can help us grow the organization and really make a vision come true for us having tell our own story. And for us to be able to support our kids in extended learning with with things that they're not learning about the school systems.
Okay.
So it's 7 o'clock. Are there any other questions about tonight's training?
Not yet. Ha.
I'm gonna have to go through it, go through the Zoho,
Okay.
But look, I did want to tell you, I don't know if you know Linda Regan, but she's probably somebody that's gonna end up wanting to be a volunteer on the advisory, because I was telling her about the gospel talent showcase that I'm trying to get together, and she wants to be on it because she writes poetry.
Okay.
But she was real interested in what you did, and I told her I would mention her to you.
Okay.
And maybe we'll get a chance so y'all can link up, because she's worked in a nonprofit segment. She had something she was doing at one time, but maybe she can tell you more about what she's doing. She's doing something through NC State right now.
Okay. Well, so
And it's like representing what the Black community because of the liver disease or something like that. She does something like that.
Okay.
But
You see that
I told
volunteer-
her that y'all need to hook up and then y'all can talk and see.
So you see that volunteer link we have on the website?
But I'll get back with you on that. So I know you
Okay.
gotta-
Okay. And so Gordon, what happened when I started?
I was going to say, send her my way.
Yeah. And I just want to get prepared such that as you go through this information, if you feel like in the next board meeting that we have, any clarity or any type of anything that you may want to help with the process. So when we get everything together, this is the back end, but as we organize the communities, this is what it looks like. So the online training is actually, when people take our online training, this is the front face of what they'll see.
Okay.
So these are curriculums that I'm putting together as I work with the apprentices. I put their information in here, and we begin to put their information in here. And so what I really want to do is to be able to have these as courses, and then they come into a live training and sit with the team that has pulled it together here in live sessions, like on Monday nights or Tuesday nights, so that there are people taking this course, they're buying from our store, they're getting the equipment from us, and all the training is online, and then they have access to us once a week or so. So they would have access to the volunteer coordinator, they have access to the career development coordinator, they have access to the executive director, they have access to the strategic planning person, such that so that we can duplicate ourselves in other communities. And so when we have Juneteenth here on June 18th, we want other communities across the country having Juneteenth, looking for sustainers, and they're paying chapter fees to get this information from us. And they're also creating content that goes directly to our servers. And they have like a STEAM program, a robotics program, and they're doing all of those things. And we're truncating money to them, and we're training them virtually as well as online.
Okay.
Okay, so that was our training. You guys now have a clearer picture of TMT Youth Community Foundation, and you now know your marching orders. And my goal is to make this as crystal clear as we can, so everybody kind of knows what we're doing. And if there are no more questions, we are done.
All right.
Everybody send a picture so I can put us on the website, because that gets us grant ready when I'm able to put you next to your title on the page of who our team is.
Okay.
So send me a headshot, and if you don't have a headshot, I may have one that we did in the last event if you took one when Elon had the camera out.
Okay. All righty.
All right, well, thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Ms. Hunter. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay.
Absolutely. Listen, I got your number and email.
All right, well, y'all have a good night, and thank
All
you.
right. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.